Going to give a quick tour of the furthest I've got with code generation in Observable. Observable supports multi-cell copy and pasting. So I can highlight two cells and hit Control C, and then if I hit Control V, it will paste them up there. So that's the background. Now, because I last copied that into my clipboard now has the data for those two cells. So with this notebook, you can now paste into here, and instead of it pasting in the plain text, it actually will decode this special MIME type, which is used to represent multi-cell data. So when I Control V, you'll see an array of cells with IDs and values of source code. So this is the representation of multiple cells in Observable. Now, if you take this representation, I've got a helper. We can now modify this. So it says code generation. Let's just start it with Tom is cool. And now when we Control C, copy this. If I just Control V it, that doesn't do it. Remember, you've always got to be in this multi-cell selection. So now if I Control V, Tom is cool. So now I can paste programmatic cells. Furthermore, the reason why I built this is that I want to be able to destructure dynamically imported modules. So if you paste in a URL to an ES6 module, this is the Firebase API, it'll create this, which is another one of these copy and pastable things. So if you copy that, let's create a new notebook. So we go into the cell menu. It will now paste the dynamic import, this module, which unfortunately, it imports it, but you can't destructure it. Whereas if you look at the Firebase documentation, you usually import a module and destructure it to all the methods you want. So with that little helper, it saves the module as a variable, and then it reads all the individual things and just forwards them to the module. So now this finally gets us back to normal ES6 destructuring. So now I can use that Firebase module like the normal one. So import get app from in JavaScript. Yeah. And so now we've got the Firebase API matching the documentation that you'll find online. So what I've shown you here is we can now do code generation in Observable via this copy and paste in hack. Hope you find that interesting.